This is the Nana Flow. So first I'm gonna start in what's called the static extension position. Okay, you want your hands, walk your hands a little bit more forward. You wanna glide your upper body so your shoulders are on top of your wrist, hips a little bit in front of your knees. From here, you're gonna act like you're opening a tight jar. And when you do that, you wanna force your elbows behind you. All right, so I'm gonna collapse your shoulder blades, collapse your head. I'm gonna dig your knees. Into the ground. And when you do that, your hips are gonna roll forward. You're gonna stick your butt out. And you're just gonna hang out here for a minute. Now the checkpoints through this exercise. You wanna collapse your shoulder blades, drop your head, keep your shoulder blades tight together. Make sure your elbows are facing behind you. You want to suck in your stomach to activate your core. You want to dig your knees into the ground so you get a little bit more arch in your lower back. We're going for deep extension down your whole back. Okay, so we're going to hold this for about a minute. A little longer. And now we're just going to go right into cats and dogs. So your hips are going to drive the movement. So you're going to roll your hips, tuck in your hips, arch up as high as you can from your lower back, up to your upper back, into the cat position. And then have your hips drive movement again. Roll your hips out, stick your butt out, get that deep arch in your lower back. And it's so nice. And you can just make minor adjustments here and there. Minor adjustments. Collapse your shoulder blades. And you can play with your head. It's this mindful movement. You want to look down. What does it feel like when you look up? Okay. Inhale. Exhale. Tuck in your tail. Arch your back up. Imagine each vertebra moving one by one. Arch up as high as you can. And then back down. And you can play with where you put your hands or your knees. And if it's easier for you to be stacked on top, that's okay too. Okay, it's mindful movement. We're just keeping track of everything that you feel. So tuck in your hips, arch up, suck in your stomach, collapse your head. And then dig your knees in, tilt your hips forward, stick your butt out, get that arch in your lower back, collapse your shoulder blades, keep your shoulder blades together. And exhale, tuck it in, arch up as high as you can. Okay, and when you feel loose, ready to go, move on to the next one. Stand with your feet hip width apart, parallel and straight. This block is about 6 inches with 1 inch give. Just gonna bend your knees a little bit, put that block in there. We're gonna use this a little bit later. So first we're just gonna stand up. And when you stand, you just wanna breathe. Breathe, and we'll start the checkpoints from the bottom up. Okay, you want to make sure your feet are straight, parallel. Your thighs are really tight. You're presenting your inner thighs. Find the muscles that are going to like present your inner thighs. Squeeze your butt. Suck in your stomach. Pull your shoulders down and stand here. Activating the core is super important. It makes every action easy. So from here, we're gonna do a flat back. So keeping your legs tight, flat back, Okay, and then come back up, squeeze your butt, and then do like the cow position. You're gonna stick your butt out all the way down, as far as you could go. You don't have to go that far. And then up, flat back, squeeze your butt to come up, core always engaged, then down, up. Okay, I'll do the side view. Core activated, presenting the inner thighs. Flat back. And you don't have to go that far. Just want to make sure your thighs are tight. Squeeze your butt to come up. And then sit down. You're really trying to stick your butt out. Weight on your heels. And up. You're just going to go back and forth as long as you feel like you need to. I'm a little out of breath because everything is engaged. Okay. And then, when you're ready, when you feel like you're ready, you can grab a resistance band. Something that has some give. Something that's taut. We're going to do the same thing, but we're going to add the arms. So, we have your core stabilized, right? We have your core engaged. You have tight thighs, presenting your inner thighs, tight butt, sucking your stomach, and you're just going to play with this with the band. How far can the band go? Okay, and it's not about reps. We're trying to be mindful of each movement. Okay, you can go back as far as you can. Let's see, can I go all the way? Oh, yeah. This is why I like the resistance band. I feel good stretching my pecs and muscle work and activation. And especially when you do this, you want to make sure that your stomach is totally sucked in, your core is engaged, so it protects your lower back, but also so you don't have that kind of bowling. This is weak core. Okay, so you want to just kind of try to bring your arms back and forth, keeping your core tight. And when you feel ready, let's add that squat. So arms up, and you can put your arms wherever you feel is comfortable. So you go down, and I'm putting some tension here. You can put more tension if you want, as much as you want. And then come back up, and then flat back, and then come back up. Sit down, suck in your stomach, come back up. Okay, so we're just gonna hang out in this position as long as you want. If you feel like you got it down, great. You can always increase your intensity. If you feel a little twinge, like maybe right there you might feel a little twinge, just hang out here and be with it. Squeeze your butt, squeeze the pillow. It will eventually go away. Okay, I'm out of breath. Okay, let's maybe do one more. Flat back, core is engaged, suck in your stomach, tighten your butt. Then we'll sit down, stick your butt out, get that arch in your upper back and your lower back, suck in your stomach, and up. Okay, last exercise we're gonna do is a downward dog. And here we go, downward dog. We're gonna start with your hips, with your shoulders on top of your wrists, hips on top of your knees. From here, we're gonna go into the dog position. So, you're gonna collapse your shoulder blades, collapse your shoulder blades. You're gonna tilt your hips forward, so you're really sticking out your back, and you're trying to get that deep extension down your whole back. And the point is you're gonna try to keep this extension the whole time. You're gonna curl your toes under, suck in your stomach, engage your core, and then just pike up. Just like that, almost forward. Okay, so you pike up. All right, and we're gonna hang out here for a minute. Through the minute, here are the checkpoints. You want to plantar flex your foot like this. Bring your toes to your shins. And it's okay if you're on your, if you can't do that, it's okay just to be on your tippy toes. But for this flow, we're going to plantar flex your feet. From here, you're gonna tighten your thighs and then roll your hips forward a little bit so you get an arch in your lower back. And then you're gonna push your upper body down through your arms. And then you're gonna breathe. You're just gonna breathe. Because the minute's almost up. But we're not thinking about time. We're being mindful about this movement. So we're gonna go through the checkpoints one last time. Flex your toes toward your shins. Tighten your thighs. Tilt your hips a little bit more forward. Then push your upper body down through your arms. The last exercise is always tough because we're trying to strengthen you in the correct and proper alignment. And then when you feel done, that's about a minute, maybe more, then you can come up and relax, take a walk, see how you feel after the nano flow.